we are. They show everybody, they show the world what we're about, what we stand for, who we are, what makes us up. And I just want to share with you two of my send out cards defining moments. So in 2006, when I signed up in send out cards, that was a long time ago. I remember I didn't get send out cards. I had a business at the time. I had an equipment rental company. A buddy of mine called and said, hey, do you send out thank you cards? I said, no. We went through this whole rigmarole. I signed up immediately, but I didn't get it. See, I was sending out cards for give to get. I sent out cards that had my company logo on it, my phone number, my email address. We had a map to the location. We had everything in that card but the GPS coordinates. And you know what happened? Zip, zero, nada, zilch, nothing. So I went to the 2006 Send Out Cards convention with only one purpose, and that was to figure out what other business owners were doing that would allow me to build my business at the time. And I remember Jordan had a team meeting at the time. It was more like a workshop. There were like 12 of us. And I remember that I didn't know anything about Send Out Cards, so I rolled in there, and this guy rolls in, and he's the founder and the CEO of Send Out Cards. I'm like, ooh. I still kind of do that. It's just, woo now, right? But Cody's talking, and he's doing his thing, and all I'm doing there is I'm sitting there going, when are you telling me how to build my business? I have a rental company to run. I need to figure out how to have more people rent equipment. That was why I was there. And I will never forget this moment as long as I live. Cody sat there, and he's talking, and I gotta be honest, I wasn't paying an ounce of attention because he wasn't giving me the how-to. He wasn't telling me what to write in the card, so I was sitting there with my arms folded in the back, just irritated. I was irritated. I'm like, I paid money to come to Salt Lake City. I'm sitting here, I'm listening to this guy, Jordan, he's got a team. When is the workshop on how to build my business? I got some of your number. I'll say it. You can think it. That's what gets me close to the line. And Cody said something that will forever have changed my life. He simply said, without fanfare, he just goes, you know what, guys, appreciation is going to win out over self-promotion every single time. In an instant, I got it. Instant. Got it. My life never has changed so dramatically in a nanosecond. Because my business took off like crazy. Because we no longer had all that crap on the inside of the cards. It was all about, I said crap, Steve just looked at Vanessa and like, oh geez, here he goes. What's the timer say? Right? You guys, from the field, let's just talk from the field for a second. So all corporate people, let me just say on behalf of the field to you guys, to Cody, Jody, the rest of the field, Madison and Ashley and Jeremy and Matt and all the guys, we all get ready to know, we appreciate you. Look at you guys, everybody's giving you a standing ovation. Bingo. We appreciate you. We really appreciate you, Madison. Get it, they're only going to clap for another few seconds. So that was one. I wish for you, while you're here, that you have a defining moment. That's the name of the game. This collection of people, the collection of amazing souls and spirits that are in this room, hopefully provide for you the platform, the catalyst, to have a defining moment. So I want to tell you the second defining moment that I was sitting down there and I was thinking, I had a whole different thing. I told Jordan this morning I was going to try to use send out cards as a metaphor for the game of bowling, but then I realized I don't follow sports, so I didn't really know all the rules to bowling. So I'm going to go with what I know. The name of this convention, or the subtext of this convention is, the magic begins with you. I told Cody the other night when we were sitting in rehearsals, I said, you know, I really wish you would have dropped that and just called the convention Finally. Finally. We got it. But I was sitting down there, in that fancy couch thing there, and I just thought, I kept seeing, the magic begins with you. And I had a defining moment around that topic, but it wasn't you. My defining moment was when I realized the magic begins with the app. And I'm going to tell you why for me that was a defining moment. See, I'm a late adopter. I'm not an early adopter. Especially not in the send-out cards world. I grew up around send-out cards where we released stuff and then we kind of took a little bit to get it working. We no longer have that. But I'll tell you what happened for me in the app. Yeah, you can clap for having stuff work. That's awesome. So here's the deal. I was in Las Vegas. I was at the Venetian Hotel. I was attending a conference with 4,000 of my closest friends. And I was in line and my phone rings. And it's early in the morning and I look at it and it says Vanessa Hunter on it. I'm like, oh, ooh. Vanessa's calling. So I pick it up, I'm in line, and she says, hey, are you using the app? And I said, no. I can't lie to Vanessa. I said, no. She says, I need you to start using the app. And I said, oh, man. Okay, I'll try it. So I said, I hung up with her and I said, okay, I'm committed to trying it. When you have Vanessa call and ask you to do something, like, I'm in. So I took the phone out, I had the app loaded, and I remember taking a picture of the floor. I didn't want to waste a good picture on a card. I might as well take a picture of the floor, right? I took a picture of the floor, and I sent myself a card of a picture of the floor, and I added the toffee peanuts, because I'm kind of an addict. And I fumbled my way through, and it took me about 15 minutes to fumble my way through the phone. I thought, okay, well, I better send a second card, because I got to report back to Vanessa that I'm using the app. So I took a selfie of me and 4,000 people, and I fumbled my way through. And this time, instead of 15 minutes, it took me about 10 to get through the app. I'm like, okay, cool, we're cutting down the time. I walk into the event, there's 4,000 people there. This lady comes up to me, and she says, hey, are you Casey Eberhart? And I said, yeah. She says, hey, I saw you speak about 5 years ago, and she told me the event. I'm like, oh, cool. And she said the famous words, do you have a business card? No. I said, but I'll tell you what, what's your name? She says, Jessica. I said, Jessica. I said, why don't I do this? Why don't I send you my information? And now I'm freaking out and sweating. So I literally took our picture, a selfie, and I wrote in the card, hey, Jessica, it was fantastic to see you. Here's my phone number. Here's my email address. Call me when you get this. And I hit send. I added brownies. And she looks at me and she's like, what did you just do? I said, oh, I use this app on my phone and I sent you brownies with a card. She's like, a real card? I said, yeah. She said, real brownies? I said, we're in Las Vegas, not California, but yes. She says, how much is that app? $400. She says, that's it? I said, yep. She reached in her purse, handed me her credit card and said, by the way, is this network marketing? I said, yes, because if it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it with a 20-foot stick. She says, sign me up as a distributor, I'll be back at the break to get my card back. Done, Jessica Steele in the business. I'm going to pull a Melissa. So I'm sitting there, and at lunch, another guy comes up to me and says, hey, are you Casey Eberhart? I said, yeah. And he says, hey, I met you at blank, and he told me the event, and I was like, cool. And he's like, do you have a business card? I said, no, but I can send you some brownies on this app that I have, and we'll get it to your house. He's like, oh, cool. So I took our picture, I added brownies. He's like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, how much is it? $400. Second MD came into the business by lunch because I didn't carry a business card. You guys, that is the power of what this app does. That was a defining moment. So from the morning that Vanessa called me and said, will you use the app? to lunch was me taking a picture of the floor, taking a picture of the crowd, and then each of those next 2 pictures resulted in 2 MDs. That is power. Woo! That is power. So look, my wish for each of you is that you have a defining moment. I want to end my little deal today in the same way I ended on Wednesday. By the way, was Wednesday awesome? Power. Here's the deal, you guys. Get your phone out, use the app. Take a chance, do something bold, be scared, take a picture of the floor if you have to. But try it, do it, because you never know what's gonna happen. Here's the deal. The business is ours, the business is yours. Go get it. Go get it. With that, guys, thank you so much. Cody, Jody, you're awesome. Go get it! Thanks, guys.
So everybody tells me that I can't swear on the stage, and then these guys get up, Melissa, and yeah.
Set the example,
Oh, I can't. Was that incredible this morning or what? Everything, just amazing.
You can see why the winner.